Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm on a mountainside with a bunch of construction just to my right, so you're gonna have to bear with me through this. But today I am reviewing a movie called Violent, which is a movie out of Canada that I didn't think would ever exist because it was released in film festivals in 2017, or 2014, excuse me, and then released to a wide audience in 2017. So it took 3 years for me to get a hold of a copy of this movie, and it's worth the wait.
Jeg forstår hvor fort jeg kan dø. Hvor fort alt kan være over.
This movie is excellent, and everything that it does, almost everything it does, is about as perfect as it possibly could have been. And I mean, this movie was made by a band. They're called We Are the City, and they're Toronto-based, and they wrote and directed this movie and scored the movie and did all the production themselves. So this movie is sort of a message to everyone that you can make a movie on a tiny budget, and a great movie at that. The movie is basically about a young girl who lives her life, and that's it. Which sounds simple and kind of boring on its own, but the way that the movie structures this is what makes it compelling and interesting. There are 5 distinct parts to this movie. They're not acts, they're actually just parts, and they all get a title card and everything. And basically how the movie structures itself is that we watch this girl just live like, I don't know, a couple months of her life, and we see the people she cares about most in these acts. Each act is about one specific character that she cares about the most, or cares about her the most, and it really follows that one person and their interactions with this girl. And it's the way that the movie structures this that makes it so interesting. And again, it's just telling a linear story about a girl, but we get to see how each of these characters, where they come in to her life, how they exit her life, and what effect they have on her. And it makes the story feel a lot more personal.
Og når jeg forstår dette, blir alt klart. Det føles som glede. Det føles som å huske kjente ansikter og ord.
And the movie spends a lot of time showing you how this girl gets into specific situations, what decisions led her to be at this point in her life, and it's each of these characters that highly influence how she lives her life. And that is what Violent does best. The characters here are so rich and so lifelike that it was hard not to feel for them. It was hard not to feel sympathy or remorse or anger or fear or awkwardness. And there's so many moments in this movie that do a great job of capturing life itself and all the little moments of life that make it fun or terrible. And there's all these tiny little like awkward moments that are really funny, and then all these really horrific moments that you just kind of want to escape from, just like our main character does. And the way that it structures this in these 5 acts really lends itself to the atmosphere that the movie is going for. It's going for this, again, really lifelike approach, but it does it in this dark, kind of somber way where we are kind of getting intercut between these monologues about life and death and how people want to make specific decisions that make them feel good about their life and make them feel happy about what they've done in life, and that death can kind of rip you out of life very quickly and very abruptly. And that, so the movie really goes for kind of making the most of your life in a way without hammering it over your head. It never like blatantly has tons of exposition about how you should be a better person. It just kind of takes this girl's story and plays it out for you, and then that's kind of the feeling that it leaves you with. And the score and the cinematography do a great job of making this message drive home. The score here is just beautiful and haunting in such a great way. Every piece of music in this movie is so perfectly composed for the scene that it's laid over top. And even though in the moment it doesn't feel like the most memorable score, I found myself humming songs from it like long after I had watched the movie. So it really does stick with you and stirs emotions inside of you in a way that a lot of scores go for but struggle to actually capture. But not everything is peaches and cream. as they say. Not everything is perfect. The biggest negative for me here is the ending that kind of ruins a lot of the satisfying feeling of this movie. The ending here is incredibly unsatisfying and very unpersonal. The whole movie is going for this small scale, personal story, and then this ending feels so broad and unfocused. The whole movie is so focused on our main character, and then the ending just is not. And it kind of, again, ruins a lot of what the movie builds towards. And it builds to this cliff, and then it just falls right off and leaves you feeling unsatisfied.
Jeg føler fred. Dette fred. Jeg håper du får et godt liv. Hvem enn du I wish this could last.
Du kommer inte dö ända. Jag måste ta tag i hodet ditt och rista det sånt.
Pause. Everything stops. We can just do what we want in this time.
So not everything's perfect here. I'm not going to pretend like it is. It's a great movie though. Without the ending, if the ending was changed to be more focused and personal to our main character, this may have been one of my favorite movies of the year. And as it stands, it's still one of the better movies of the year, and I would highly recommend you going and checking it out. It's just great. The movie really is engaging and enthralling and really brings you into this world and explores our main character very well and all the characters that she meets. And you'll go through a range of emotions with this movie. It does a great job of doing that. It does a great job of capturing life itself and all the awkward little moments that it has. Hey dog, there's a little doggy. So I would recommend this movie. Definitely go check it out. It's hard to find. You'll have to go to iTunes or their website to actually find it. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.